Tony Stark Iron Man in the Age of Revelation timeline is trying to cure the X virus, and he's doing this with the new strain of Extremis. I can't believe this. Mind you, War Machine turned into a freaking mutant. He's been exposed by the X virus, and Tony Stark kills this bitch with the freaking Unibeam. No! By the way, I absolutely love the Emma Frost and Tony Stark relationship. I am praying they actually get back together in the main 616 timeline. This is Iron and Frost issue 2, and it looks like that Tony Stark is going to be like an anti-villain, where his mutant genetics now are warping his mind, where he has like no control over his body, but he wants to stop Revelation. Emma Frost talks about how funny it was, imagine seeing Tony Stark again after so many years, trying to remember what we were like before everything fell apart, the White Queen and her man of iron, then being stabbed by the Seraph of Revelation, and her heart was gone, and she had to become this diamond form, and she was buried alive for a long time, eventually broke out of it with all of her might, and that she has terrible taste in men, and Tony Stark now is the Iron King. Landslide tells Emma, all hail the Iron King. I beg your pardon, miss, like, what are you saying? Landslide speaks the truth. You're in the presence of the Iron King. And Emma Frost's like, yes, I heard what you said, but what does that even mean? Emma, your ex has mutated, same like all of us. And Emma's like, becoming what? A living machine? She tries to touch Tony, right? Tony grabs her. Iron King does not like to be touched. There was a failure in the Mark 74's filtration system, contamination from the X virus. Tony Stark evolved. But then War Machine is flying into the area where they're at, called the Sanctuary. And we see that Landslide is calling James Rhodes, or Rhodey, her dad now. I'm like, what happened? I need Tony Stark. I need him now. The Iron King says, no, I need to be right here to protect the work. Within that moment, Phaser blasts his War Machine onto the floor. Rhodey hits the ground hard as he could. Tony grabs Emma and says, stay back, Miss Frost. And then Emma punches the Iron King right in the damn face, saying that you can't touch me either. Unfortunately, Rhodey's mask comes right off, and now he's been contaminated by the X virus. Dad, no! And then we see the Iron King's like, yeah, his suit's been compromised. The mutagenetic X virus is in his systems. Tony flies at Phaser. Landslide and Emma pick up War Machine right to inside the Sanctuary, where I guess Tony's been working on people who have been infected by the X virus. But Rhodes is pleading to his daughter, his new adopted daughter, that I found it. Give this to Tony. It seems like that Tony Stark, though, is locked into his armor in the Iron King. I'm like, yo, what is going on? He's almost like Ultron in a way. Phaser grabs Tony, right? Puts him in a headlock, and he's like, Rhodes has been affected. All you guys will join Revelation and enjoy this. Iron Man's like, listen, I'm gonna save the day, and you're dead. And blasts his skull. Landslide finds the cure, or I should say a stopgap, called the retrogen, and I guess it holds down the mutant DNA within new contaminated hosts. Landslide injects Rhodey with the syringe, but it does nothing. It's not stopping the X virus to contaminate his whole body. By the way, Rhodey has like electricity powers if he was a mutant. The Iron King walks right in and tells everybody, like, since he's not being healed right now, since he's not reverting back, I'm gonna have to kill this bitch because the other people in this lab, they cannot be, exposed. Don't you touch Landslide! And he shoots this big ass electricity ball right at the Iron King. He wakes up, right? And he's like, Emma, you're alive? Tony, is that really you? And we see Landslide grabbing another injection of the retrogen to help her own father. And I guess getting blasted by Rhodey right there made Tony Stark come back to his senses, and he can't believe that Emma Frost is alive, and now she's here and she needs help from Tony Stark. I got what you need, Tony. It's in my armor. You need to grab it. The Iron King takes over Tony Stark's body again. And this process as well, Landslide cannot use the syringe to help her own father because of the electromagnetic pulse. But since Emma Frost is in diamond form, she does it herself. Rhodey now is back to normal, or I should say, like, yeah, he's not going to kill everybody and go buck wild. So what exactly are you looking at here, guys? A cure for the X virus? A stopgap. Tony cooked up a new strain of Extremis. His genetic manipulator? He's trying to halt further mutations to turn back the clock whenever possible. And Landslide's like, well, that's the theory. Emma, I have to say something. Tony broke the day he lost you. Ever since then, he has not been the same. I'm like, damn, 10 years of guilt. Landslide tells her own father, though, we're gonna win this, though, because Emma Frost, she's one of the best telepaths in the world, second behind Charles Xavier, according to my dad, which, you know, that's not completely true. Emma shows her chest like this, right? Saying that my heart's gone, guys. I can't help you guys at all. The reason why Emma Frost is even here, and she tells them, like, I'm here because I thought Tony can actually help me possibly, but it looks like he can't. There's nothing he can do. But Tony Stark, though, is trying to fight back this, like, Iron King, this persona inside of him. What starts happening, though, is that Rhodey fights off the cure that Tony Stark made for the X virus, and he starts turning back into a mutant. Tony, help me, it hurts. And Emma Frost tells Tony, like, please, that's your friend, you gotta do something. He says, yes I can. And he unit beams this bitch. I can't believe he killed his best friend, but I'm telling you, I hope Tony comes back, his persona, and maybe, just maybe, we can get Tony and Emma in the main 616 timeline. I love their relationship.